What if I told you your favorite original artwork that you paid lots of money to go and see in person was fake? How would that make you feel? Would you think differently about the artwork after knowing this? Would you be angry because you paid a lot of money to go and see this artwork in person? Or would you feel okay because it was a perfect replica and you didn't even notice that it wasn't the original? I am going to be showing a bunch of footage throughout this video, artworks that I have seen personally. I have been to quite a few prestigious art galleries and museums. I have seen a lot of beautiful artworks. And I always wonder if what I'm actually looking at is the true original version, or if they're actually just keeping it underground in some top secret vault. And it got me thinking about how I would feel if I found out that these artworks in these galleries were actually fakes, replicas, not the original. So let's chat about it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Han, I'm a South African artist, and welcome to my art channel. So let's just jump right in. Honestly, my personal opinion, is I do believe that there are some fakes that are purposefully displayed in these art galleries. Again, this is my personal opinion, I very much could be wrong, but as a viewer, honestly, I would not know the difference between an original and a perfect replica, so think about it. If an original artwork got damaged or misplaced or privately sold to someone or stolen, like when the Mona Lisa was stolen in 1911 and went missing for 2 years, that's the reason why she's actually so famous today. Anyway, all of this would cause such an uproar, the museum would probably lose a lot of money because people travel specifically to these places to look at this art. So it's just more feasible to put a replica in its place, just to keep things under wraps. Again, this is my own opinion, so don't come for me. But let's dive deeper into this. What actually makes original art so valuable? Why do we put such a high market value on these pieces? Why do people travel cross countries just to have a look at them? Well, they're the one true, authentic, original version of that artwork. It's rare, it's exclusive. However, with the invention of the camera and lots of students practicing replicating the great arts to get better at their own skill, replicated versions are so much more accessible today. 300-400 years ago, the only way of getting a visual aid of something was to paint it, draw it, or sculpt it. So this is how these original pieces were made. Now with the internet, pictures, video, virtual reality, so many more people are able to see it and experience art from afar. Previously, you could only see it if you were there in person. And so the value was so much more because you actually had to make an effort, you had to journey to the place where this artwork was being displayed. It became an experience, a privilege to see that one true, original, one and only piece of art. In case you've never been to an art museum, let's quickly chat about the setup, how it's laid out, and how it works. So when you walk into these galleries, depending on what section you're in, the lighting is going to be very different. Some artworks can't even be in natural light, so they're often found underground, and they have artificial lights, they have temperature controllers and all that jazz. This is all to protect the artwork, the paint, to stop it from fading quickly. Another example, artworks made in copper, they're always kept in glass sealed containers because obviously if copper is exposed, it oxidizes and then it turns green. For example, the Statue of Liberty. Sculptures are kept in rooms where there are multiple light sources coming from all different directions. Often there's like big windows that surround them and all this light just like comes in. It's so cool. The light coming in from all these sharp angles create depth and just make the sculptures look so beautiful, so intricate. That is how they were meant to be seen, with all of this natural light coming in. If you place a sculpture in a room with just a main ceiling light, it's not going to look too good. All the shadows are going to fall like down and it won't do the sculpture justice. We spend a lot of time, money and effort protecting and preserving artworks for future generations to see. They're relics, they're priceless. But what makes them priceless? Is it the artist? Is it the date that they were created? Is it the medium and materials that they used? As humans, we preserve the past in order to teach the future, to show what we once were and how far we have come. Through art, we get a lens into different cultures, different types of clothing from different time periods, different types of food that we used to eat. We have a visual aid to all of the stories that we've been told. Art explores the most deepest inner part of who we are as humans and who the artist is or was. But it also just isn't that deep sometimes. Today we put a price tag on so many of these artworks and we've just propelled them into the spotlight and given them some grand meaning. Meanwhile, the artist probably just like scribbled on a canvas, knocked some wine over, the cat jumped on the easel, knocked the easel over, the painting fell over, and they were like, okay, well, it's finished, let's just present it to the world. And I'm so sure that that did happen, because I've done that before. I've knocked things over and I'm just like, well, screw it. It's finished, it's done, there. Anyways, and sometimes we then try to take this artwork from this artist and find meaning out of it and put a giant price tag on it and be like, it is like so detrimental to this artist's growth and journey, when they were probably just like, chuck it. And we do this because stories sell. Quick disclaimer, by the way, I'm not in any way trying to degrade art in galleries or museums. I absolutely love going to galleries and museums. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. It is an experience. And talking about experiences, that's what art is. Art is an experience that only you can do by yourself. So when we find out an artwork is fake, hypothetically, obviously, how does that make you feel? Does it change the experience that you first had when you first saw it? It no longer has this high price tag because it's not an original. So how does that change your mindset about how you feel about it, knowing that it's not worth anything? Personally, it would not necessarily make a difference to me. Yes, I would be bummed because it's not the original, but I still got to experience it as if I were looking at the original before I obviously found out it was a hypothetical fake. I still felt moved, I still felt a connection, regardless of whether it was a replica or not. If I strip it down just to me and the artwork in front of me, no price tag, no outside influence, not knowing who the artist was or where it was created, just me and the art, how would I feel? Now, the way I look at it, I will always hold the original at the top of the pyramid. And it's such a rush to like see them in person, to see the canvas frays, to see the paint chipping, to see the blobs of paint, to see each individual brushstroke, to see some of the underpainting like popping through, to see the original sketch line work that the artist first put down. You cannot beat that feeling. Like, you just cannot. It's top tier. But we also like to experience this art daily. So what do? We purchase replicas. Smaller versions, postcards, posters, prints. We hang them in our homes. We put them on the back of our phone covers. We tattoo them on our bodies. We put them on teacups and diaries and tote bags. We make them accessible. We make them no longer exclusive, but inclusive. And sometimes it's not possible for us to go and see the original, so we make it work for us. We find other means of being part of the artwork. Art should be accessible to all. It should be viewed. Art is created to be looked at. Most times, at least. There are exceptions. Imagine people who are unable to travel to certain locations to see artwork. But if they love art and they want to see it and they want to be part of it, they now can, because they can experience a replica. Owning a little snippet of something that came from that original. But what is it about the physical original that we give almost these godlike qualities to? This video, by the way, is just all food for thought. I want to start a conversation, chat about it. Drop your feelings and thoughts in the comments. Would you feel let down if you found out that the artwork was a fake? Would you want all the replicas destroyed so that there's only one original? For me, physical original artworks are frozen in time. I can't explain the feeling that you get when you walk through an art museum and art gallery, and I'm just that close to the artist. Like, oh, I feel connected. I feel what the artist feels. I think if it came out that a specific artwork was a replica, it wouldn't change how I felt. I can't just go back in time and be like, let me change my feelings towards this artwork. I've already experienced it. I've already been there. I've already experienced it as if it were the original. But I can go forward knowing that the original is somewhere out there. Anyway guys, that is a wrap for this week's video. Thank you for watching and supporting me. Let me know if I've stirred up any feelings inside of you. Drop them in the comments, let me know. Have a great day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you soon.